It's funny how the simplest path is the most powerful method to taking back control of our entire life. Conscious breathing. Through yoga, we find our unification through movement connected to breath. In mindfulness, it is the thread we follow into the stillness. Through pranayamas like the Wim Hof method, we accelerate healing by boosting our internal systems. We can find feelings of love, gratitude, peace, and groundedness. We can replace a racing mind's anxiety and fear, release emotional blockages, or simply retouch the cornerstone of the simplest of this life's beautiful experience, our universal consciousness. And all of this with zero cost, no prescription, no professional needed, and no tool except our heart, lungs, and a mindful focus. This is the power of breathing. And in this yoga class, we will be raising ourselves up as high as we deserve through exactly this, our breath, so that when we step off this mat, we'll feel almost unrecognizable to who we are right now. With all of that said, let's go back to our practice. So grab your mat and your water, and let's begin. Welcome, friends. Let's begin seated at the center of our mat and connect our breath to our body with 3 conscious breaths. I want you to take a deep inhale, reaching your hands up above your head, stretching up to the sky, filling up those lungs, and slowly exhale, bringing your hands down to heart. And a big inhale up, filling the lungs, and exhale, dropping those hands slowly down to heart. One more big inhale and a reach up to the sky. And exhale, feeling the air emptying from your lungs as you bring your hands down to heart. And hold here just for a moment as we focus on nothing but the breath coming in and exhaling out. Emptying our mind and opening our heart, just breathing. And on your next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands down to the mat and reach forward while staying seated, finding your first child's pose of the class. Relaxing into this pose, letting gravity do exactly what gravity does. In a pose like this, you need to stretch your hands forward and then let go. That's it. Coming back to your breath. Recognizing as thoughts come in and out of your mind that that's perfectly okay. Watch them like clouds drifting in and drifting away, staying with your breath. Letting the mind do what it does, slowly bring your hands to the side of your body. Pressing your forehead against the mat. If it feels good, clasp your hands behind your back and slowly reach them up behind, upwards to the sky, opening up those shoulders, engaging those arms. If that's not what your body is looking for right now, it's perfectly fine to stay in a regular child's pose. The key to this class is to follow your body's lead and watch the breath, always coming back to it whenever the mind wanders, not letting the body get in the way. Breathing in, filling up your lungs, and exhaling slowly out. Let's raise back up to seated, keeping our hands clasped, and open up that heart, raising your chin up, pulling your arms back, and letting that chest open, allowing your heart to be available. On the next inhale, imagine all the goodness of the world filling up your body, all the positive energy and love and light, and then when you exhale, you're letting go all that no longer serves you, that which you endlessly and needlessly are holding on to. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Now bring your hands down to the mat, tucking your toes, lifting your knees off the mat, come up into a seated toe stretch. Holding all of your weight on the toes, slowly bring your hands up in front of your body, towards your chest, connecting back to your breath as you stretch all 10 of those toes with all of the weight of your body On your next exhale, extend your arms out in front and slowly lift up into Utkatasana, chair pose, engaging the quads and hamstrings as we're waking up the body to come alive for this practice. Reconnecting to the breath as you inhale and exhale, holding this chair pose and breathing steadily in and out. Now slowly bring your hands to heart, lowering your butt back down to your feet. Staying on your toes, I'd like you to open up your legs while maintaining the toe stretch. Clasping your hands, folding forward and putting both elbows on the inside of each knee. As you breathe consciously, holding the weight on your toes, push gently, or as gently as your body will accept, outwards, stretching the inner hamstrings, the groin, breathing consciously, and finding stillness to the best that you can in your mind as you breathe in and breathe out. Now you can either stay here, or if you'd like to take this pose a little bit deeper, you can release your elbows from the inside of your knees and bring them down below the knees against the shin, deepening the fold at your hips and waist while still holding on to all of the weight of your body and your toes. And once again, just breathing consciously. Love and light in, all that no longer serves you out. Raising back up, let's place our hands on the mat and come forward into our first downward dog of the practice. Keeping those legs straight, fingers spread, hands planted, shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, sinking in with your chest towards the mat. Perfectly okay if your heels don't touch, and if you'd like to add a little bit of movement, you can walk your dog out here, finding the natural rhythm of your body, connecting it to the breath as you bend each knee, one at a time, lifting the heel upward, sinking the shoulder in, finding your natural rhythm and motion, and connecting it to that breath. On your next exhale, come back to downward dog, sinking in once again, and then slowly coming up to your fingertips, walk to the front of your mat. Staying folded at the waist, let's drop down and let gravity do a little bit more of the work as you grab both elbows and just hang out, breathing. Dropping your hands down to the mat if that feels all right, or if you'd like, you can reach behind, grabbing the back of your calves or ankles and help your body fold just a little bit more on your next exhale. Remember to stay with your breath, in and out. Beautiful. Now we're going to take this fold over to the right side by bringing our hands and our fingertips slowly to the right side of the mat. Folding at the waist, bending the left knee slightly, trying our best to hold the right knee straight. Sink in as you feel your side body and your right hamstring opening up. On your next exhale, let's slowly walk our fingertips around to the left side. Same thing, micro bend in the right knee, straight left, folding down, keeping those hands as close to the mat or on the mat. Let your body dictate how deep this goes. Perfectly fine if you can't touch the mat. It's perfectly fine as well if your palms are flat down on it. Just find what feels right for your body and let gravity do the rest. Slowly coming back to the center of your mat, go a little bit deeper than you did before. Come halfway up, bending a micro at the knees and bringing your hands up above your head, filling up those lungs, hands together, exhaling slowly down to heart. We're going to take our Tadasana here, our mountain pose, Samastiti, holding your palms forward, shoulders back, pelvis slightly pushed forward as well. Breathing consciously in and out, continuing to fill the lungs all the way up and then empty them all the way out. Take a moment here to take a note of how you're feeling. The warm-up is done and the practice will now begin. We're going to add a little bit of motion as we reach to the sky on every inhale and exhale as we dive down. Reaching up, inhale, exhale, dive down. Long, slow inhale as we come up and reach up to the sky again and push all that air out again as you fall to the mat. Inhale, coming back up, big reach to the sky, and exhale, dropping right back down. Inhale, up, doing our best to connect the motion, the rhythm, and the breath all together as we lock in, reaching up, exhaling, falling down, hands down to the mat. Couple more. Inhale, coming up and reaching to the sky. Last one as we drop down to the mat. Exhale, slowly coming back up with an inhale. I'd like to take this minute in the class to show you the 3 types of Vinyasa flows. The first being the easiest. Hands up over the head. Exhale, dropping down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping in 2 steps back into plank. Dropping down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, back in to downward facing dog. Holding here for a couple of breaths, reconnecting, always taking a moment in downward facing dog to come back to that breath-body connection, and then stepping slowly towards the front of your mat, back into forward fold, and coming up with a big inhale, hands above head. Exhale, hands down to heart. That's level 1, and if that's where you are, that's perfectly okay. Level 2 begins with a hands above head, exhale down to mat, inhale halfway up, and a hop back into plank. Excellent. Exhale down into chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Finding your breath again, reconnecting, and checking in with how you're feeling. On your next exhale, let's jump forward, landing between our hands. And in forward fold, we're going to inhale, slowly coming up, hands above head, and exhale, hands down to heart. That's level 2. Now let's try level 3. As we inhale, hands above head, reaching up to the sky, and exhaling, falling down towards the mat. Inhale halfway up and jumping back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then jumping up between the hands again, forward fold, a big inhale, hands up above head. With a final exhale, hands down to heart. Those are the 3 levels, and when we go to our Vinyasa flows, choose the one that your body feels most confident with. All right, let's inhale, hands above head. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we're going to step back with our right foot this time and drop our knee down to the mat into low lunge. Coming up into upright, placing our hands on our knee, sinking our right buttocks forward, trying to keep our hips square. You feel it all down the side body and psoas and into the hamstring. This is such a beautiful wake-up stretch for the low body. If you'd like to deepen the stretch just a little bit more, you can place your hands just above your butt on your low back and push forward gently, just as much as your body is asking for. On your next inhale, let's drop our hands down to the mat, lifting up our knees, stepping into plank, and exhale into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now you can jump or step to the front of your mat and come on up with a big inhale, hands above head. Exhaling, bringing your hands down to heart. Let's take the other side now with a big inhale and a drop with an exhale down to your mat. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, stepping that left foot back, dropping the knee. You can keep your feet engaged with the toes underneath, or you can go flat, Keeping the toes is a little bit more engaging for the hamstrings and the calf, and laying your foot flat is a little bit more passive. So find what your body's looking for and give it exactly that. Come back to your breath here, filling up the lungs and slowly pushing all the oxygen right back out. Breathing in, and on your next exhale, bringing your hands down to the mat, lifting the knee, stepping back into plank and coming into chaturanga and upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog and hop or jump to the front of your mat, and on your next inhale, standing up, bringing your hands above head, exhaling as you bring your hands down to heart. Inhale, hands above head, exhale, dropping down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping that right foot back, this time high lunge as you raise your hands up into the air, above your head, slightly arching the back, and doing your best to keep that right knee as straight and engaged as possible. Remember not to let your left knee sink too far forward above your ankle, and come back to your breath here. This is an incredibly powerful moment for your lower body and connecting to your breath as you engage deeply. Exhaling, bringing the hands down to mat, stepping back into plank, dropping into chaturanga with a big inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and a jump or a hop back up to the front of your mat into forward fold, inhaling as we rise up, lifting our hands up above our head, and exhaling, hands to heart. All right, let's go to the other side. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, dropping down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, left foot, stepping back all the way on your mat. And inhaling, we're going to slowly lift our hands up above the head, engaging those arms, stretching those fingertips high to the sky. As we slightly arch our back, do our best to keep that left leg as straight and engaged as possible, and reconnect to the oxygen as it comes in our lungs and slowly exhales out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and exhaling, dropping the hands down to the mat. Breathing in, back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now hop or step to the front of your mat, forward fold, and slowly coming back up to raise our hands above head and bring them back gently down to our heart. All right, let's kick this up a notch with a few quick vinyasa flows. Breathing in, hands up. Exhaling, down to mat. Breathing in halfway, hop or jump back into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now hop or step to the front of your mat, staying in fold, slowly coming up, reaching up above your head, and hands coming down to heart. That's one. Reaching up, number two, hands above head. Exhale, down to mat. Inhale, halfway up, jumping or stepping back, coming into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a moment to connect to our breath before we step or hop to the front of our mat and slowly come back up. Inhale, hands up above head. Exhale, hands down to heart. All right, let's take it up a further notch with a couple of variations to the lunge sun salutations with a big inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down to mat. Halfway up, stepping that right foot back. Let's drop the knee back like it was before. Let the foot relax flat, bringing our hands to our knees. We're going to do this one while clenching our entire right leg as hard as we can, engaging each muscle through the quad and hamstring and calf. You're going to press down into your mat like you want your knee to sink right through the floor beneath you, with each exhale pushing a little harder than the last time. And remembering to stay connected to that breath. On your next exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, retuck your toes, inhale to plank, exhale chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog, and back down to downward facing dog. With a hop or a step, come to the front of your mat, rise back up, lifting your hands above head, finishing off with your hands to heart. Inhale other side, exhale dropping down to your mat, inhale halfway up, exhale stepping back with your left foot, drop the knee down to the mat, coming with your hands up to your right knee, let go of that left toe and flatten your foot against the mat and engage the entire leg as you push it down towards the mat as if you want it to sink into the earth beneath you. Breathing and pushing as you exhale out a little harder each time, engaging that leg, feeling it shake a little bit more with each breath, and allow yourself to fill with gratitude for the strength as you push deeper and deeper. Your next exhale, let's bring the hands down to mat, tuck the toes, coming into plank, dropping into chaturanga. We're gonna flow it out right here. Meet back in downward facing dog to jump or step to the front of your mat and come up with a big inhale, hands above head as we reach them back down to heart, and exhale. Once again, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhale halfway up, exhale stepping back with your right foot, and with a big inhale, slowly reach your hands up above your head into high lunge and clasp your fingers behind your back and open up that heart to the sky in front of you. If you'd like to take this a little bit further still, on your next exhale you can fold at the hips forward, bringing your arms up towards the sky and your face down towards the mat, trying to sink a little bit deeper with each exhale. Hold here, engaged, breathing in and out, reconnecting with the breath here as we hold. And on your next exhale, let's slowly come back up and let go of our hands to inhale and windmill our hands back up into lunge, exhaling down to the mat, inhaling coming to plank, exhale chaturanga, flowing it out with an upward facing dog, swinging back into downward facing dog, stepping or hopping to the front of our mat, coming back up to finish off this side before we move on to the other. Slowly bringing our hands down to heart. All right, here we go. Inhale up, exhale down to mat. Inhale halfway up, stepping with your left foot all the way back, not dropping the knee, and inhaling as we raise our hands up above our head and reach behind to clasp our fingers, and then pull gently back and open up that heart to breathe in all the positive energy you need, and exhale, folding forward, raising your hands back up to the sky and letting everything out of your body that no longer serves you. Inhale and exhale, keeping those muscles engaged. If they're shaking, that's them saying thank you. On your next inhale, slowly come back up, let go of the clasped fingers, and come back into lunge with your hands above head. Bringing your hands down to the mat, let's flow it out here, down into chaturanga, upward facing dog, and swing back into downward facing dog. Hop or jump to the front of your mat, and let's return with a big inhale, closing off. Exhale, hands down to heart. Now drop your hands down to your side, palms faced forward, and let's take a few deep, conscious breaths here as we travel back to consider last time we were in this pose. How did we feel then in comparison to how we feel now? All right, let's take a few more vinyasas here as we breathe in. Raise your hands up above the head, connecting as you exhale and jump or step back into chaturanga and flow it back out. Meeting back up at the front of your mat with a big inhale, coming back up, hands above head, and exhale back out. Let's do it again. Inhale, hands up, exhale, forward fold. Jump or step or hop back into chaturanga and flow it out together. Beautiful. Downward facing dog. Let's meet back up at the front of the mat. Coming back up to standing with a big inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands down to heart. And again, here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hop, step, or jump back in. Find your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reconnecting with your breath here for a second, and then hopping or stepping to the front of your mat. Coming into forward fold and lifting back up with an inhale. Hands back down to heart. And with a big inhale, let's do that again. Inhaling, raising your hands up. Exhale, dropping down to your mat. Inhale halfway up, jump, step, or hop back into chaturanga, flowing it out from there. Beautiful. Meeting back up at the front of the mat, forward fold. Let's lift up, inhaling and exhaling, hands to chest. Inhale up, hands above head. Exhale, dropping down to the mat. Inhale, halfway. Jump or step into chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Our blood is pumping, our heart is pounding, and we can now feel ourselves coming alive. Reaching our hands above head, bringing our hands down to heart. We have one more vinyasa here. Let's get a big reach all the way up and an exhale, all the air all the way down to the mat. Inhale halfway, hop, step, or jump back into chaturanga. Take your flow and meet back in downward facing dog. Hop or step for the last time up to the front of the mat and rise with a big inhale, reaching all the way to the sky, and exhale all that air and oxygen out of your lungs as you bring your hands down to heart and reconnect with the life force inside you and breathe. All right, hands up to heart. Let's fold down to the mat one more time and just hang out here like we did at the start. Connecting deeply with your breath. Slowly start to walk back, one breath per foot, into downward facing dog and bend the knees, but do not let them touch the mat. We're going to bring them about an inch off the mat and just hold. This is your starting position. And on your next inhale, you're going to extend the knees and come up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down without touching the knees, keeping this rhythm going, and push as much air in and out of the lungs as possible with each movement. Beautiful. A few more here. Down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more up and exhale down. 2 more up and exhale down. Big inhale here. And a big exhale as you drop your knees down to the mat, fold your feet out, and find yourself in child's pose, giving a little bit of motion to your shoulders, if you like, if that's what your body's asking for, or you can wrap your hands around the balls of your feet, clasping your fingers, and just sit here, reconnecting to your breath in stillness as you feel your heart beat. On your next inhale, slowly come back up to seated and meet me back, settled in the center of your mat, on your knees in hero's pose. We're going to close off this practice with a little of the Wim Hof method. This is a breathing exercise using the 3 parts of breath, which are your lungs, your ribs, and your belly. So on every inhale, you want to inhale belly first, then ribs, and then chest. And then exhale in the reverse order, chest, ribs, then belly. Cycling through, not filling fully all the way up. We're going to do 60 seconds of breathing in and exhaling out. Breathing in, filling up the lungs, and exhaling out. Breathing in and out. There you go. In and out. Beautiful. Finding your natural pattern here. not pushing or forcing anything, but doing your best to consciously fill your lungs up and exhale out. Fill your lungs up and out. Inward breath and outward exhale. Inward breath and release. Just like a wave, in and then out. Make it circular, filling up your body and releasing. 3 more. Let's go really deep with an inhale here. Exhale out. Give it all you got. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Big inhale all the way and exhale all the air out of your lungs and hold. Breath retention for 60 seconds. Hold as long as you can here with no oxygen in your lungs. Feeling, raising your body awareness, the removal of breathing now, and connecting directly with the functions of your body as the blood pumps through your veins, as your heart beats faster. Use your mind to calm it. Tell it it's going to be okay, and slow down your heart, feeling the tingling in your fingers maybe, or your mouth going dry. Your body's not used to this, but hold on if you can. If not, you can just let go. Just a few more moments here. Beautiful. All right, let's inhale now back into your lungs and hold. Filled lungs. Do not exhale. 30 seconds here. It might seem long, but each time we cycle through this, it will get easier and easier. Few more moments here, holding tightly if you can. Release if you must, but push the limits of what your mind is telling you, because your body can go further. All right, exhale. Let's go back into a cycle of breathing here, just like the first time. Hands on lap, breathing in. Great. Out. In, filling the chest. Out. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhale. Beautiful. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhale. Like a circle. All in motion. Tied together. Breathing in and out. In and out. Beautiful. Filling up the lungs. Exhaling. Your body will find a rhythm. Lose yourself in that. And just breathe. This kind of breath work is so valuable as it turns on your entire system and opens the door for all that no longer serves you to leave and all that you're looking for to fill you up with each breath in and out. Last breath, fill it up all the way in and exhale out, holding with no air in your lungs for 60 seconds. Fall into this moment. Slow down your heart by telling yourself it's okay. Raise your body consciousness and just feel what's going on. Relax any tense parts of your body, your jaw, your shoulders. Just release yourself completely. This moment is actually perfect. There's nothing but the functioning of your body and the stillness of your consciousness. Just be. Couple more seconds. Let go if you need to, but hold on. Even if your mind's saying no, push a little bit further. All right, now with a big inhale, let's hold that breath in here for 30 seconds. Wonderful. Same as the first. Don't let your body carry your mind away, and don't let your mind carry your body away. Disconcern yourself and simply become the watcher of both your mind and body, almost as a separate being altogether. Just a couple more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, exhale. Beautiful. Coming back to your breath, slowly and naturally this time. In and out. What a beautiful practice. Let's end the practice today with one last inhale, filling our lungs and reaching all the way up, engaging those fingers, bringing the hands together and slowly exhaling all the air back out our lungs, bringing our hands to heart and thanking ourselves for showing up today, because you know in your heart that you deserved this, and how you feel right now is how you deserve and what you are worthy to feel every single day. I'd like to say thank you with all of my heart to you for joining me today here on this mat and for taking this time for you, which is the most important step, just showing up. And you did it. Namaste.
Thank you for being here on the mat with me today for this wonderfully invigorating, sweaty morning yoga workout class. As far as the Wim Hof went at the end of the class, that was just an introduction, and I encourage you, if it spoke to you, to do your own research and dive further into Wim Hof and everything he has to offer. And if you're interested in diving deeper into what we here at Boho Beautiful have to offer, you can click on that little eye and the circle up in the corner there and check out Boho Beautiful Official, which is our app/streaming platform. It has all of our exclusive catalog, extended classes, exclusive calendars, and it's a beautiful way to help support us on our mission to continue to give everybody here on YouTube free yoga as they need it. If that's not your bag though, no big deal at all. You can honestly do one simple, easy, absolutely free thing that will support us on our mission, and that's go down there and click subscribe. We appreciate it more than our words can express. Thank you for being here with me again, and I'll see you again soon on the mat. Namaste.